Morning, it's me. I'm in my polytunnel. How can I do this? Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can. Hi, there you go. I'm in my polytunnel. It's I don't know. It's about 8 o'clock, half 8 o'clock. My system's running. I've fed the fish, and I'm just showing you this beautiful harvestman spider. Oh, look at that. Look how long its legs are. Huge long legs. Beautiful though. I just thought I'd show you what's going on in my polytunnel. There's a little orbweb spider there as well. That's only a small one. There's some huge ones in here. I've cleared my polytunnel. It was very messy, so I've cleared it out. There's another little same sort of orbweb spider. Beautiful. I don't know what the proper name is, or if that is it's oh, there's another one. Look. I think these ones are probably spiders that don't mind living next door to each other, because there's an awful lot of them and they all look like they're the same one, so they might be a communal spider. Isn't that nice to have a communal spider living in my polytunnel? There's 1, 2, 3 there. There's 2 there, and there's one in the corner right in, and then there's one down there. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. And then Mrs. Harvestman spider. But yeah, it's quite nice at this time of the day. There are other things. There's something just flew over there. Let's have a look at that. Oh, that's like a lacewing. Let's go and have a look if we can sneak up on it. I don't know that it is a lacewing, but look at you. You're pretty. Sorry about my camera skills. I want to see if I can zoom in on it. Wow. Perhaps someone could, oh crikey, sorry, someone could tell me what that is. It's very pretty anyway. I don't know what you are, but oh, I thought it was a lacewing, but it's not a lacewing. Anyway, there are other things. There are slugs. There's a slug on the wall of the polytunnel there. I've cleared the corner. It did have a lot of thistles. There's still the stalks of the thistles down here, but I've actually chopped it all back and cleared it all out. I mean, it still looks a mess in here because it always does, but I've got rid of a lot of the weeds. My cucumber's still going, although it's going over. I did pick out a load of the leaves, and I've got to go through it and clear a whole load again because it's got a lot of little mildewy spots on it. There's some giant cucumbers in there that I haven't eaten. They're quite not sharp, slightly bitter. I don't know, they make you burp a lot. They're quite good with kebabs and things like that. I've eaten them before in Asia, and they came with satay chicken and things like that, and it's to give you that sour sharpness. Anyway, they're alright. There's a strawberry there. I'm looking forward to it. It's a later on today strawberry, because it's still a bit like that on the other side. So, and there's 2 here, which are kind of ready. That one's nice, but again, I should think if I wait till the end of the day, I'll have 4 strawberries. All the baby strawberries are growing really well. They've all got their roots, you know, like the little nodules. Here we go, let's show you. Come on, stop, I'm zooming. Terrible camera now. Oh, there we go, look. See the little nodules, and they're the start of the roots growing through. But each one's got a baby one on the end, so I'm greedy and I'm going to wait for them to grow through until they've got roots as well, and then I'll pick them off, and then I've got double the amount. So I still think there's probably another 60 baby strawberry plants, which will be next year's strawberry crop. Well, part of it, but I think I've got 60 here. I can't remember how many I've got. 6. Yeah, there's 60 plants here, plus all their runners, so there'll be 120 plants, and that should make up a whole run of gutters. We'll see. I don't know whether that'll work or not, but we'll see anyway. But it's all going to be a bit of a trial and error when I come to build this side. My tomatoes are growing really well. As I say, systems on them, nobody can grow lettuce at 50 degrees. It's just ridiculous. They do grow a little bit, but not a lot. I'm going to try over the autumn winter time to grow the lettuces properly when the temperatures are a bit more a bit better, a bit cooler. The melons are doing very well, and the cucumber over there, that's doing well. The okra, it's got one bit on it. I was going to cook it and I thought maybe I could grow it again, so I'm going to collect the seeds because I run out of okra seeds. And it has ever such a pretty flower. Kohlrabi's growing well. There's two ready to eat, I think, the purple and the white. Delicious white, delicious purple, I think it is. And then there's Prague giant green, which is still growing. Tomatoes are doing very well, and there's loads of them. I've just got absolutely tons of tomatoes all the way down through. Worm bin's doing well. Worm bin's never stopped. Let's go. I'm going to have a look at it for a quick something. Look at all these tomatoes in here. I've got to pick them. I've got lots of cherry tomatoes, which is great. Because everyone likes cherry tomatoes. Worm bin. There's a... Oh, look at that. That was one of them. Wow, look at that. They've eaten it and it's like paper. That's mad. It's just the seeds left. That's one of them giant cucumbers. I had a squishy end on it. As I say, I've eaten a couple, but I've peeled them off. And they're eating this. I'm going to have to cut a hole in that one. I put one in to see as a whole one, just as a trial, just to see whether they can munch into it. There's some tomatoes that got caught by something, ate them. There's a watermelon peel in there somewhere as well. But they munch through it ever so quick. And there's absolutely millions of worms. Ready? Watch this. Look at all this. It's worm heaven. And this is just the algae out of the pond. Every fortnight I come in and I scrape through the pond and I scoop out just millions of worms. I scoop out all the algae out of the pond and I put it in here, and it's making really, really good vermicompost. Vermicompost is what the worms eat when they break down all this material, all the vegetable scraps. They break it down and they make it into vermicompost. And it's black gold, they call it. And it's the best thing for your garden, and it feeds your garden. It's got all the nutrient and all the things that plants need, and it's just broken down waste like the vegetable matter. So if you've all got a bit of room in your garden, you should all have a compost bin, and you should also have a worm bin. And mine's made out of a bathtub, as you can see. I pinched the idea off Rob Bob's Backyard Aquaponics, and it's a brilliant idea, but I've kept it inside the polytunnel at 50 degrees. It's mental. I'm surprised that they're in there at all, but they make... oh, this side's covered in... There's loads still worms in here, but there's also lots of wood lice for some reason. I expect they've come in with something. But yeah, I'm making good worm compost, and there's a bucket under there, and when I put juicier things in, or when it drips a bit, I give it a water as well every now and again. It'll drip out the bottom with worm tea, you call it, and it's the juice. As the worms break down the vegetable matter and that, they produce juice, and you call it worm tea, and it's to feed the plants. You can mix it with water. It's very high in nitrates and things like that, so you have to mix it with water, and then you can feed your plants with it. And I do like a fish food tub like that, full of worm tea, to however much water you can fit in an 8 litres of water. That's what I do it to. The avocado tree's grown every day. It just grows massive. The banana's got another leaf on it. It has a leaf on every other day or so, really. It's broken that one a bit, but it's got quite a few. I still haven't moved it. I'm going to move it into the hole over here, because it's lower, obviously, and it'll give it a little bit more room. And I'd like to have bananas inside. These are all peppers, chili peppers, and there's loads of them. They're Thai chili peppers. They're covering up my lemon tree and my calamansi. I've got a couple of calamansi on it. I'm really looking forward to these. I'm going to have to get a nice bottle of rum or something to try it out. The kaffir lime is growing. Something's eating it. Not too sure what's eating it. I reckon it's a bee. There were some limes on it. I don't know whether they've all fallen off now, which is a shame if they have, but never mind, there we are. So yeah, the little baby avocado tree, that's growing well, and my moringa tree is growing back okay as well. There's a goji berry in there as well. The bean's gone over, but it was more to feed the plants. The banana at the bottom's got 4 or 5 babies on it. I think it's got 1 on every side. 1, 2 here, 3, 4. There's 4 anyway. Is there another one there? No, just 4. So yeah, 4 baby bananas and 1 big banana. So that's cool. Still getting those giant weird cucumbers. Yeah, I've cut the field. We had a bit of a clear up yesterday. I had an assistant, which was nice. One of my friend's sons just wanted a little bit of work experience doing some gardening, so we did a little bit, and he came and helped me here, and it was nice. So yeah, there we go. This is outside. As I say, I've cut it. I've trimmed it, I've cut it, done it with a lawnmower. I've got an enormous pile of rubbish which I'm going to eventually have a big bonfire and burn, and then I'll do it, split it up, and have Hoogle Mound and a bonfire down there. I've got a big pile of rotted down material. Go and have a little quick wander. My field's still full of, well, you can see it's got some squash pumpkins down there. I've got runner beans in. I've had loads of fruit, and I get a lot of fruit every day. I have a handful of raspberries. Black currants are finished now. Gooseberries are finished now. I've got a couple of carry bags of gooseberries. The artichokes are all in flower, or they've gone over and they're in seed. So this is all, there's a bramble there, I need to get that out, and there's a thistle there. But there's loads of raspberries here, and there's red currants and black currants there. I've got apples as well, which is nice. I had one yesterday, absolutely delicious. There's a beautiful butterfly there on that, resting on that rock. Oh damn, it's gone. Anyway, there we are. This is the echium, and it got caught by the frost and it produced 4 tops which have all flowered, and they've still got little flowers on, and they still attract bugs and bees. There's a bumblebee there. See, there's always bumblebees on them. They're beautiful, having echiums. Apples on the apple tree. Only a tiny apple tree. It was out of a customer's garden, and it was actually a grafted tree, and these, I think, are below where the graft was, and it's delicious. It was really nice. I had it yesterday, very good. Artichoke, as I say, it's one of the last ones that's in flower. There might be some down the bottom, but I've not really been right to the bottom of my field because it's so brambly. This is the other apple tree, and again, this one was nearly dead when I got it. It was out of a customer's garden. I had to replace them, so I replaced them with other fruit trees, and I kept that one and planted it, and yeah, it's grown back really well. So this is in the field down the bottom here. I've got about 6 buddleias, giant buddleias, and they're beautiful, and I like them. My pallet wall, the fence fell down here, so I put a pallet fence up, but it's storage of my pallets, and I can sit on top. Well, I would be able to if I could get to it. There's a lot of stinging nettles down here again. This is my bonfire area, and I'm going to be having a bonfire soon. And my bonfire is all the way around. I don't know whether you can see it. It's massive, my bonfire area. So as soon as we have a rainy day that's the wind's blowing in the right direction, then I'll have a bonfire. Anyway, let's go and have a quick wander up here by the pond. I've got a hebe. Isn't that pretty? And she's in flower. It's in a pot, but I'm going to put it in the ground. There's some penstemon over there, and that's in flower. This is a stinging nettle that I'm leaning on, and there's purple loosestrife. There's citrus sage. There's a rose over there, and lots of purple loosestrife, and marguerites. There's a little buddleia here. The pond's still got this red, I don't know what it is. I really thought it was the flowers off the docks. I don't know whether it is or not, or it's just some weird algae. It doesn't seem to bother the fish at all. It kind of hides them. and they seem to like it, and they kind of nibble on it as well, which is great. I do give them a handful of food every now and again. There's some food, floating sticks in there for them, and it's up to them if they want to eat them. There we are. They probably will come up and get them eventually. So there's my garden. I've got a compost over there. I did have a big pile of rubbish. I've got a big pile of logs, 2 big piles of logs and a big pile of wood chip. I've got a compost, and I've got these beautiful big buddleias, and they're covered in bees and butterflies and bugs. I've got a few hazelnut trees around the other ponds. Oh, let's go and have a quick look at that before we go. The other pond is here, and the aloes are all in flower. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowering stalks on them. And the flowering stalks go up like that, and they got these weird flowers on, and they just do that, and they're just strange. There we are. There's purple loosestrife again. All the teasels have gone over, they've stopped flowering, and they're ready to pick and make into stupid things like weird teddy bears and things like that. The fennels all go into seed. These are the flowers, last few flowers on it. Let me just, sorry, that's a bit too close, wasn't it? Yeah, the fig tree's not got figs on, but it's got a lot of leaves. The Japanese shrimp, I call it, that's in flower. There's a hazelnut here, cobnut. I cleared all the bindweed off the top of that osteosporanum, and you can see there's an aloe there. It's got the stalk on it, the flowering stalk. I've got to clear all this out. There's a azalea under there as well. I still need to clear a lot of it out, but I've done some. All of this is evening primrose, and these are the seeds of evening primrose. And the flowers, the yellow flower, like that, absolutely beautiful. The pond's doing well. I mean, it looks like rubbish really, but it's because it had a leak in it, but it's alright, it's doing alright. I've got to be careful through here. This is my beautiful rose. And again, I've cut stuff back so it's come out, and you've got flowers on either side. Another buddleia here, and then just beautiful flowers around the pond. A lot of them are weeds. There's a hot lips, which is a citrus sage, on the other side of the pond, and there's a couple of little trees. And like I say, everything's just growing like crazy because this is Devon, and this is what happens in Devon. I mean, look behind; they're all thistles and bindweed, and I need to cut them down really so that I can get through there. But I can't get through there at the minute, so there we are. My solar shed's going, and the solar's working the bit that I've got. I'm still waiting to sort out, everyone's really busy, still waiting to sort out the other bit of solar. As soon as that's done, systems are on full time, and battery space is there, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. So yeah, all's going well. Runner beans are here. I've got a few different varieties. I think there's 2 or 3 ones. I can't remember what called, something lady, and one's, I don't know, can't remember. This is my flowering dragon plant. I've got some bays, I've got a little sweet pea type plant there. Purple orach went to seed. That's what this looks like when it's in seed, and I'm sure they'll all fall on my head at some point. They've got to be 7-8 foot high. Borage is going, some of it's gone over. There's purple loosestrife here. I didn't plant that. It was just planted by nature, very kind of nature. Osteosporanums back here all growing well. Just cut everything back. Barbecue tomorrow, so yeah, thought I'd just bring you along for a quick view of me in my field of greens with my polytunnel and all that sort of thing. Mate, hope everyone's well. Nice one, take care, cheers.